Hi guys, welcome to the channel, and today I'm doing a different kind of video, and it's a video that I never thought I'd be making, but it probably happens to the best of us. Now, as you can probably see for the title, this isn't a general video saying about scams, this is because it's one that's actually happened unfortunately to me. So, just to give you a quick of a background, some of you may or may not be aware that I do sell bits here and there on eBay, you know. And basically what happened was, hi Luke, how you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, so basically what happened was, buyer sends an offer in, and I then chose to accept it. I send the items, that's normally how it goes, okay? But in this particular occasion, it was a case of the buyer got in touch with me and actually said the item was too small. And I've actually got one of these items myself, so I can actually show you. So what I actually sold was a brand new Walt Disney World 50th anniversary snow globe. Yeah. And they said they didn't like it because of the size. Even though the size is actually in my description, which I did actually tell them. And they said, oh, I didn't read your description, so I thought, oh, okay. Anyway, so I then said, fine, you can return it, provided it's in the same new condition, same packaging, whatnot, and I'll refund you. So what happened was, I then got a notification saying that the item was on its way back to me. But then a day later, I got a message from the buyer saying, "Oh, is it okay if I send you this on Monday?" This was Monday just gone because I got it back yesterday. But in actual fact, according to the notification, it had been sent back Saturday. But glitch in the system, no big deal. So anyway, item arrives. Obviously, I'm expecting this. What I actually got wasn't this at all. Right, and I think they call this like a switcheroo scam or a switch, however you want to dress it. What they actually sent back was this. Obviously, this isn't the same item, so they sent this calendar back, which is a 2021 to 2022 16-month calendar. Still 50th anniversary, but quite clearly not the same item. So what did I do? Well, I immediately got on the phone to eBay, explained the situation to them, and I even pointed out, say, look, I've even taken like photos and that sort of thing of the item that I got back. Just say, look, if you need me to send them, I can. So I explained the situation to them. They then put me on hold. By the way, lovely eBay representative. They then got back to me after being on hold, and they said, "Oh, can we call you later so we can run an investigation?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure, great." So what happened was they rang back later and actually said, "Yeah, you're completely in the right," and they effectively closed the case in my favour, luckily. And, the money then was released, so that went back to my eBay account. Here's where I think eBay, in my opinion, messed up. It's all fine and good that they let me keep the money, right, because end of the day, they're the ones that are scamming. But eBay also refunded the buyer. Out of their pocket, though, not mine, but that's besides the point. So from my perspective, whichever eBay rep that deals with refunds, that sort of thing, in my opinion, they effectively let them get away with it. So they've now effectively got the item for free, because I'm going to assume they've still got this, as well as their money back. And it's fine that I've got my money back, but obviously I never got the item back. So, and from what I've read and what I've seen on YouTube myself, Apparently it can be very common, this scam, you know, because what happens is the buyer opens a return. There's then obviously a return label, tracking and what have you. It then gets delivered back to the seller, in this case me, and it'll say delivered because obviously I've signed for it, or whoever the seller actually is, you know. So as far as eBay's concerned, that's a done deal because it'll flag on their system, you've returned it. But eBay does not know whether the same item has been returned or not. It'll just say it's been returned. So what can you potentially do? Well, you can do what I did and immediately phone them up, explain the situation, state that you've got evidence to prove it, and hopefully they'll listen. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. To be fair, this is the first time it's happened to me, so I don't know. But I think one of the reasons why mine got resolved so quickly, I think it comes down to two reasons. One, I've been selling on eBay, doing bits here and there for several years. I think it's close to, let's work it out. What year are we in? Still 2022. Yeah, so close to a good 9-10 years. You know, and on top of that, I'm a top rated plus seller. So the moment you reach that level, you've naturally got more protections as a seller anyway. Now, from my point of view, that's wrong. I think you should get more protection as a seller regardless, you know, because unfortunately the way eBay's working at the moment is on the basis the buyer is always right. 9 times out of 10. So if you've got a case open against you, unless you can resolve it, i.e. eBay doesn't have to step in and deal with it, it may go your way. But if eBay has to step in or outright deal with all of it, 9 times out of 10, the buyer's going to win. And then you'll end up with potentially a defect on your account, depending on what the case was about. If it, you know, a bunch of various other marks against you, you know, they'll basically punish your account, quite frankly, and potentially put your other listings down in the search rankings. And this is probably going to be regardless whether you used the promoted listings or not, which obviously would boost your rankings. But yeah, and you've only allowed so many defects, other transaction problems, late deliveries, etc., before you drop down past the top rated plus seller status anyway. And if it keeps going down, you'll end up below standard. Worst case scenario is you could lose your account. But that's on the grounds that you're not doing your job properly. So I personally think it's wrong that 9 times out of 10 that they side with the buyer. Luckily in this case, it was partially resolved because it was, the case was closed, like, let's see, I rang about midday. It was resolved by mid to late afternoon. But I just think it's so wrong that eBay still refunded the buyer, you know, because that's going to be telling the buyer in question that it's okay to do this sort of thing. It's like, look, I can do this sort of thing, and one or two things will happen. Either I'll get a refund anyway, or I'll get to keep the item, or both. They're basically telling them it's okay, which it's not. And hang on, I've just got some comments here, right? Both from Luke Woolley, thank you again, you're right. He said, one of his messages says, I thought eBay was an amazing place, and eBay has gone downhill a bit, I think. It's true, it can be an amazing place, right? Because obviously I've just pointed out that I've been doing it for several years, And most of my customers are really, really nice, they pay on time. I send it out as fast as I reasonably can, given the fact that I'm in a wheelchair, so that's actually more difficult to get out. But I've actually started having my items being collected now, so that's a huge time saver for me, and they leave nice feedback and what have you. So don't take this video as, oh my god, this is just going to happen to absolutely everybody, and the world is ending, No. Most of the time, it's good, It's like I said, I've been doing this for like 9 years, and this has been the first time that it's been serious enough. Have I had other problems with buyers? Absolutely, Like when I sold a Minnie Mouse toy before, and they weren't happy just because the colour didn't quite match the photos that I'd taken of it. And I even stated in that description, said, look, colours may vary. Because let's be honest, when you take a photo, it doesn't look exactly the same to true life. It never does. So my only points I can probably make to you is, to cover yourself, is have obviously accurate photos and whatever you put an accurate description as well, and if it's a used item, obviously definitely put anything that there's a problem with it, and if it's a brand new item, just make sure you list everything, because if anything tries to happen and it comes back on you, you can just turn around to eBay and go, it's in the description. Sure, there's other scams that goes on as well. There's probably that many. I don't have time to list it, but that's purely what happened to me. I just wanted to let everybody know, and hopefully this video helps to how you can potentially, I wouldn't say prevent it, because you can't actually prevent it, but you can shorten the amount of time to resolve it. Like I said, I rang immediately. Luke Woolley says, your eBay is fantastic. To be glad what you do. You're right. I don't quite understand that. Let's see if I can decipher it. Your eBay is... I think he's trying to say that that I'm a good eBayer, and potentially the way I've handled this situation is good, because I didn't get mad, I didn't get angry, because at the end of the day, it's not the eBay representative's fault, I was calm, collected, etc, etc. I think that's what he's trying to say. But either way, I appreciate, obviously, your comment anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly come in here, let everybody know, spread a bit of awareness, and I just really hope that it does not happen to any of you. If it does, it's going to be unfortunate, but just ring up and see what eBay says. Now, if they do nothing, that's where you've got the option to potentially take it one step further, i.e. get in touch with your local law enforcement or that sort of thing. In this case, I'm not going to, only because I didn't actually lose any money. Yes, I've lost the item, but I didn't lose the money that was paid for it. And based on the amount that it was, it's not going to be worth my time. So I'm just going to move on from this, but like I said, I just wanted to let all of you know, and I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll probably see you in the next few days with a new video. And for those that like Apple, switching gears a little bit, I hope you enjoyed the Apple event later tonight. I believe it's 6 p.m. UK time, which is where I'm based, and 10 a.m. Pacific time, and 1 p.m. Eastern time for my US cousins. Thanks so much for watching. I shall see you in the next one. Cheers.